Adventurers. Adventurers. Adventurers, I can't hear you. Are you ready for more fun? Wasn't the praise team lovely? You know what, I'm just going to pocket them and put them in my pocket because I must have those praise teams. So lovely, and that special song, Fruit of the Spirit. We're going to have fun. We have a few more minutes before we end, and we're going to have our second theme. What second focus for today?
God shows character through creation and his love. Can you all hear me, adventurers? Yeah! I'm amazed that you don't sound tired. Are you not ready for bed? Yeah. So only mummies and daddies are ready for bed. Okay, let's start with our opening text.
Remember what I said about making sure you're paying attention, because you might never know what will come your way. So make sure you're listening and focusing. And I'm going to need some of you to help me today. And of course I have a special prize for anybody who come to help me today.
Okay, so our opening text for this evening's worship is taken from Romans, the 1st chapter and the 20th verse. And this version is from one of my favourite children's Bibles, the International Children's Bible, because it should be clear. And it says there are things about God that people cannot see, and we all know that only too well, don't we? His eternal power and all the things that make him God. But since the beginning of the world, these things have been easy to understand. And why is that? Because they've been made clear to us by the things that God has made. And we looked at that this morning. So people, we have no excuse for the bad things that we or that people do. Now let's unpack that a little bit more, Uncle Craige.
Well, what did we learn this morning? That God made, out of nothing came everything. Now, I'm missing something. I have a pole like this, with this, but did anybody find it? No, you sure? What do we know about God so far? Tell me something you know about God. He is good. Yes, he is good. And out of nothing. I'm looking for a pole. Did you see the pole? No. It must be this pole I have in my pocket. Must be. No. So anyway, God made out of nothing. He made something. So, we want to know about his character and his love. He loves us so much, he gives us his love to share with others. So out of nothing came everything. Oh, this is what I was looking for. It came. So now that I have it, Auntie Judy, out of nothing came nothing. We want to learn a bit more about the story.
Absolutely, and if I could have some assistance from our IT, please. Hold on.
The text. So,
the screen is gone.
Let's see what happened in the screen. And we're going to read the text for you.
I'm going to read it, but I want you to read it with me.
We're not getting anything from this monitor. But the text, out of nothing, God made something, and he made everything. And everything we said this morning was? Everything was? No. God showed his love. Who know what love is? Who loves sweets? Who loves sweets? Yeah. Who loves strawberry? Yeah. Who loves pineapple? Yeah. Who loves your mother? Yeah. Who loves Pathfinder? Yeah. So what is love? What is love?
God is love.
God is love. I hear that. God is love. And if God is love, we should show his love to everybody. And I'm going to think about how we can show his love. And while we get this sorted, I'm going to show you what that love look like. And I'm going to ask for volunteers. Yeah, so many people want to volunteer. You, right? And I'm going to get somebody from, is that Lewisham in the bright blue? Yeah, get somebody from Lewisham for me. Right? This young man here in bright orange, you're going to stay there and you're going to help me. And are you ready?
I am, yes.
Okay, just stand right here for me. And the next person is coming. And you're going to tell us the story while I get prepared.
Two stories or two texts to illustrate what we're looking at, character and how God shows his love this evening. The first one is from the first book of Samuel and chapter 17. And if you see it there, you can see it on your screen. I would like us to read it together, please. Okay? After 1, 2, 3.
Let's read together. But David said to Saul, your servant has been keeping his father's sheep. When a lion or a bear came and carried off a sheep from the flock, I went after it, and I struck it, and it rescued the sheep from its mouth. When it turned to me, I seized it by its hair, struck it, and
killed it.
So, what does that tell us about God? He not only made the world, but he protects us.
He protects
Okay, well, continue with the next text, Auntie Judy.
Okay, there it is. Let's read together and then I'll pull together the messages in there. Okay.
Psalms 19 verse 1 to 4 says, the heaven declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day,
they pour forth his speech.
Night after night, they reveal knowledge.
They have no speech. They use no words. No sound is heard from them. Yet their voice goes out into all the earth. Their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens, God has pitched a little tent for the sun. Now what that is telling us, we can see, can you hear me? David spent many days and nights taking care of his father's sheep. And David made sure that the sheep were eating the right food. And he also made sure that they didn't get lost or they didn't get hurt. Can you think of anything else that David did to protect the sheep? Any hands?
What did he have? He had his? Yes, he had his staff. And he protected them. And what else did he do? Kill the animals that tried to attack. And anything else? Shout it out. He counted them, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counted them.
Okay. And now we can see that David had to chase the wild animals away in order to protect those sheep. He also spent nights inside. His description of the night sky is also contained in Psalm 19, 1 to 4. It shows us that David loved to watch God's beautiful creation. He knew that when people saw what God made, it revealed God's character. How would you describe God's character, adventurers?
How would you say? Tell me what God is like to you. God is good. He is what? He's strong. He's kind. He's love. He's good. He's respectful. He's powerful. He's good, He's mighty, all of those things, all about that. God is, all together, God is.
Okay, now, in biblical times, there was no electricity. No electricity, so the stars could be seen in the sky at night. And tonight, if you go to bed late enough, you might actually see some of the stars. The stars and the heavens are like a message to us from God. We feel small in comparison because creation shows how great and amazing our God is. Do you agree?
Yes, God is. God is.
God is amazing. And everyone can understand that. And this has always been true from the beginning of creation, as we saw this morning. And in order to conclude, before I hand back for the object lesson to Uncle Craige, we're going to look again at Romans 1:20, this time from a more familiar version that the adults might recognize. So let's read together. For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, His eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. So God has great power. He put the sun, the moon, and the stars in the sky. What an amazing world God created. So no one adventurers can say that they don't know that our God exists. God shows character through His creation. Now it's time for some more of that object lessons from Uncle Craige, and I'm sure you're going to have lots of fun.
Okay, so just we'll have a few more, and you have been waiting so patiently. Come for me. What I want to look at is God's love. God's love. So you have this balloon, and you have this balloon. I want you to blow up your balloon, and we're going to see what happens. What color balloon is it? Blow your balloon, blow it up. You don't blow yours. Because what is happening, God has given us His love. And He has given all of us the same love that we should have. Can't blow the balloon? Okay. You see, it's very difficult at times when we have... So I'm always having balloons. I always have parties. So you don't blow your balloons up. Blow it up as much as you can for me. You blow up as much as you can. Right, and hold it, like that, hold it, yep, right, let go now. And now we have, hold this balloon for me. So he has blown up his balloon. Don't worry, his balloon is now blown up. Now, can you see what happened? Now we have, let me move this one, come forward so that they can see you. Come forward, both of you. We have love, and if we keep love to ourselves and we don't share it, and we just keep it like that, it's flat. What would you want this balloon? No. No? Look what happened when we have balloon like this. It's blown up. Let me show you something. This is what, just show the balloon at it. Just show the balloon at it. Nobody move. Because now there's nothing to do with that love. You just hit the balloon over there for me. Look what happened. See, that's because love is shown. And if we show love, then everybody will want to come to you. But if you're just grumpy and just flat, nobody's picking up that balloon. Nobody wants that balloon. Thank you very much for your help. Here you go. Now, you can go. And eventually somebody picks up that love, and he's going to make sure that love is seen. Now, I want to show you what happens. I have my funnel here. My wife must be looking for it, but hey. And we need some water there. Remember, I'm not a magician. I just use science and object lessons. So here, there's nothing in it. And I get some water. And this funnel is us. can see through it, and we're accepting God's love. So I'm pouring out, God is pouring out His love to us, and He pours His love, and of course, because we love God, we obey Him, His love comes in us, and we are filled with the water, the living water. Let your living water, then let's go, and we fill. Now, what will happen if we now decide that I'm not going to bother with Pathfinder, I'm not going to bother with church. Church is boring. Any of you ever said that before? Adults, you too. Church is boring. That's because we do something like this. I'm just going to put a blue tack in here. And we forget about Jesus. We don't have anything, and we try to, I'm going to hold it over here because I need to show you what will happen. I try to fill myself up. I go to church on Saturday now, and I'm deciding, oh, yeah, I'm going to sing, He's able, and we come to church, and we get in God, pouring His Holy Spirit, but then after a while, what is happening? It's not going in, is it? Nothing is going in. It's overflowing. His love is still there, but we're not accepting it, so we can't, we're not getting enough love. Now, I'm going to even show you more. So now that we have some of God's love, I'm going to need 2 more volunteers. Your hand shot up right away, and I'm going to go from, this one for me. And come right here because I need you to see this, and I don't want it to come on the electrics. So, this is your love. We have some of God in us, some love in us, not so much Phil. And what I have, we need to share our love, right? So this is empty cup, empty people who need some love. Empty people need love, but we need to share God's love because we need to take care of His world. So, I'm going to ask you, because you look like the strongest one, she's the only mustering up. You are going to share your love, right? So this sponge, I bought it to wash my car, not my body. I could bathe it tonight. But anyway, I want you to soak up all the love you have for God and fill that cup because we need to share it. So let's go now, see how much you can get. So put it down, soak up all that love. We need to make sure we get all the love, and we have to share God's love with others. So you're sharing, taking up, okay? Let's go now. And fill that cup for me. She has taken out all of her love, and she needs to fill the cup because she shared her love. No, she has no more love because she's depending on herself, her own self, just our love. We have enough love to go around. Do we? No. What happens? She's squeezing, and she's squeezing, and she's squeezing, and there's no water coming out. Putting in all the muscle, there's no water coming out. See? Okay. I don't want you to hurt. Save your energy for later. There's not much water in here. There's not much water. See? This is all she was able to share. Because without God's love, our love is nothing. Now, let's look what happened when we have we have whose love? We have whose love? Now, you are going to, you are so, which church are you from?
Southampton.
Southampton, and down in Southampton they have so much love down there, especially by the seaside, isn't it? We get fish and chips, yeah, I know that. So, you are going to get all the love you can and fill that cup. Use a sponge, dip it in, and just fill the cup for me. Fill your cup. Yeah, take it out and fill the cup, squeeze it in. Yeah, don't watch if the water needs grass. Go back for more of God's love and share more of God's love in there. Yeah, and come back again. See what happened? When we have God's love, fill it up. Keep on filling up. Not only is she filling her cup and it's overflowing, you can feel somebody else fill her cup. Go fill that cup now. Keep filling, and she's keep filling it up. God's love is still there. Powerful, isn't it? So much love, and she's so much, and what else? She can even feel her. And guess what she can do? She can not only fill all those cups, she can fill your cup, and God's love is still there. Alright. Thank you very much. Guess what? I'll give you one of my special gift. This for you. And because you're so good, here you go. I think this is what I want you to be ready for. I want you to be ready because I'm going to share God with love with everybody. Ready? Right. So, now, before I finish, I just want to say one more thing. Show what happens when you are not afraid to give God and to share God's love. Some of us are so mean. Imagine this is £100. Wow, yeah, lots of money with this hard card. Now, anybody here love maths? Yes, yeah. I am trying to remember. In maths they call this part of a rectangle corners, but there's another name. Anybody know what it's called? Vertices. Yes, that's the word, vertices. So anyway, that's too big a word for me to remember. I'm just going to say corner. Okay. How many corners can you see? 4. Okay. Can I have another volunteer? Your hand was already up. Yes? So you're waiting. Come on for me. Stop the squirrel. Now, because we have God's love and we're not afraid to share God's love, what's your name? Ella. Ella. Come, Ella. So, Ella, that's your £100. And if I have 4 corners, how much would that be? £25. So every time you have a corner, that's £25, isn't it? Yep. So Ella, I want you, because you're so loving and kind and you're sharing God's word and you're sharing your love, can you cut off a corner for me, please? Let's go straight line, any corner. Don't cut me now. Right. Okay, so I have £25. And now she has how many? 75? No, let's check. Let's check how many corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. £125 because she has given me, she has shared God's love. God is blessing her. No, you are so blessed. Give me another 25. No, you're going to give Auntie Judy. So Auntie Judy, keep that one and cut this one off for me. No, I get £25, put it in my pocket. I'm not going to share, but because she shared, how much corners do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how much? 100. Wow. God is blessing us because we share His love. We give love and He just gets blessing us. Keep on giving. Give me another corner. We're going to give this to Pastor Cliff. You can have that. Yeah. And so now we end up with how many corners? Even though it cut kind of late. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When we give and share God's love, we get more love. So, thank you very much, Ella, Ella, thank you, Ella. So, for God so loved the world that He gave, that whosoever should not but have. Do you want everlasting life? Can't hear from me. Do you want everlasting life? Do you want everlasting life? So, before I go, one thing I want you to remember is to do what? Share love. Give love. And tonight, we talk about God sharing His love, His character through creation. Today when I was walking up, I heard some of the adventurers and the leaders saying, wow, this is so nice. Oh, this is so nice. And they were looking at some dry flowers. Can you imagine if those flowers were in bloom? So tonight, look out for the stars. Look out for the flowers and the birds tomorrow. Look out for nature and see God.